In January 2013, a young woman arrived in Los Angeles alone, carrying only a backpack and a quiet sense of curiosity. Her name was Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old student from Canada who believed traveling alone would help her understand herself better. She was cautious by nature, always checking in with her family, always leaving a trace of where she had been. When she checked into the Cecil Hotel, she had no way of knowing that this building had swallowed stories before hers. For a few days, everything followed a familiar pattern. Messages were sent. Photos were posted. Life continued. And then, without explanation, the silence began. January 31st came and went with no word from Elisa. Hours passed. Then days. Her family felt it immediately this wasn't normal. Police were contacted, and the hotel was searched from top to bottom. Doors were opened. Hallways were walked. Questions were asked. But Elisa was nowhere to be found. It was as if she had simply dissolved into the walls of the building. Days later, police released security footage from the night she disappeared, hoping the camera had seen what people had missed. What it showed was far more disturbing than anyone expected. In the video, Elisa steps into an elevator late at night. She presses several buttons, almost desperately, but the doors refuse to close. She leans out slowly, peering into the hallway as if something or someone is standing just out of sight. She steps back inside, then freezes. Her hands begin to move in strange, deliberate motions, as though she is speaking to someone who cannot be seen. At one point, she presses herself into the corner of the elevator, hiding, waiting. Then, without urgency, without panic, she walks away down the hallway, disappearing into the darkness. This is the last recorded image of her alive. 2 weeks later, the hotel itself began to show signs that something was wrong. Guests complained that the water was dark, that it tasted metallic, that it smelled strange. A maintenance worker was sent to the roof to investigate the water tanks. When he opened one of them, he found Elisa Lam floating inside, her body suspended in the water above the city. The lid was closed. The roof was difficult to access. No alarms had sounded. Authorities later ruled her death an accident, claiming she drowned, but the details refused to settle into logic. How did she reach the roof alone? How did she open a heavy industrial tank? Why were her clothes found floating separately? And what exactly was she reacting to in that elevator? Years have passed, but the footage remains, replayed endlessly, studied frame by frame, never yielding a clear answer. Elisa Lam came to Los Angeles to document her journey, but instead, she became part of something darker, a story that begins in an elevator, ends in silence, and leaves behind a feeling that something unseen was present that night. Follow me for new stories. Thank you for watching.